Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am just a regular dude walking in the Word. Thanks for watching today as we are continuing our journey through the book of Matthew. We have finished the Sermon on the Mount, and as we finish the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus goes and he's these next two chapters after the Sermon on the Mount, he is doing different miracles. And the different miracles you will see that, well, it amazes people, but it's stuff that Jesus does things his own way. Jesus has his style, you might say, of doing things. You saw already how Jesus he reached out and touched the leper, okay, which no one was doing. He was healing women, which were not held up high in society. Okay, he healed a centurion's slave. Okay, so he healed a slave, which was who was carrying about slaves? Well, Jesus was. Okay, and then he healed Peter's mother-in-law, and we talked about last time the cost of following Jesus. Today you're going to see how Jesus calms the storm. So that's taken from Matthew 8:18 through 22. Okay, it says this. Wait, I'm sorry, not Matthew 8:18 to 22. That's crazy. This is Matthew 8:23 through 27. If you have your Bibles like I do, you're like, that doesn't make sense. 23 through 27 is what we're looking at. Then he came into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a furious storm came on the lake so that the waves swept over the boat. Okay, and this particular, they're on the Sea of Galilee. I've never been there myself, but I've heard many commentators and people who've been there describe the way that lake sets, that it's not unheard of for a storm to come up quite suddenly. Okay, when I'm out, in my kayak, I can see the storm coming from a ways, and then I get to shore. However, there it's a little different because of the way the topography is of that region. The storms can come up quite suddenly. Okay, especially if it's at night. So the storm came up suddenly, but Jesus was sleeping. Okay, he was snoozing. Just like, and is there another person in the Bible that you know that was snoozing when a storm came on the boat? Anyone know? Jonah. Jonah was the one. You're going to see it's a very different response. Jonah was like running away from God. Jesus is God, and he controlled the storm. Jonah had no control over the storm except to obey God. Okay? So, but Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went off and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." He replied, "You have little faith. Why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." Okay. Several things I'd like to bring out here is this. You've heard the term Mother Nature, and like, you got to let Mother Nature do, whatever she wants. That no one can control Mother Nature. If a hurricane comes, no one is controlling that. You can bring fans and all kinds of, different things. No one is going to control that hurricane. The best we can do is predict a hurricane is coming. You better get out of the way. Okay? The weathermen that are on TV, they don't control the weather. They can try and predict the weather, but they're not controlling the weather. God, however, shows here that he controls the weather. Okay? He controls all that. No one else can. Only God can. Well, he's the one who made the weather to start off with, so he can control it. So this is just another miracle. Like, no one can do anything close to this, but Jesus does. He just says, has the wind and the waves stop. All right. A result of this is what I want you to see here is, if you remember, I talked about a couple episodes ago how Jesus was amazed. All right. There's only two times he was amazed. It was one time when we talked about it, the faith of the centurion. He was amazed that the faith of this Gentile man, that's what amazed Jesus. The other time was when he was in his hometown and the people didn't believe him. That amazed him. Okay, so we've talked about those two times, the only two times in the Bible where Jesus was amazed. let me talk about a time that Jesus amazes others, and that is this time, okay, where the guys, they see, and they're in the boat, and they see that he can control the weather, and that amazed them. Okay, it amazes me. All right, so we should be amazed at that. So again, these miracles show that God has control over way more than what I could even dream of controlling, but Jesus controls those things. All right, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue working our way through the book of Matthew. Lord's blessing to you. I'll see you then.